The Maserati GranTurismo enters its 2027 model year with a refresh that proves the brand understands precisely what its most important nameplate needs to remain relevant: sharper styling, a meaningfully more powerful engine, and a refined cabin experience that honors nearly 2 decades of Grand Touring heritage. Under the bonnet, the twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter Nettuno V6 has been retuned with the range-topping Trofeo variant, now producing 582 horsepower and 479 pounds-feet of torque. A 40 horsepower increase over the outgoing model that pushes the 0 to 60 time down to 3.3 seconds with a top speed just shy of 200 miles per hour. Exterior design. The 2027 GranTurismo receives a sharper, more horizontal front end that draws a clear visual connection to the recently updated MCPura supercar, signaling a more unified and aggressive design language across Maserati's current lineup. New headlight units accompany the revised fascia, giving the GranTurismo's face a more focused and purposeful expression than the softer styling of the outgoing model. At the rear, new taillights with clear lenses replace the previous units, another direct styling cue borrowed from the MCPura that ties the GranTurismo's rear-end identity more closely to Maserati's flagship sports car. The overall silhouette remains low-slung and elegantly proportioned, measuring 195.2 inches in length and 53.3 inches in height across both the standard and Trofeo variants, preserving the coupe's signature Grand Touring stance. These changes are deliberately restrained rather than transformative. Maserati has chosen evolution over revolution, sharpening an already accomplished design rather than replacing it outright. Interior and comfort. Inside, the 2027 GranTurismo introduces a new racing-inspired flat-bottom steering wheel as standard equipment, featuring Alcantara lateral inserts and a lower spoke design intended to provide a tactile signal aimed specifically at grip and driver precision. The Trofeo variant takes this further with standard Alcantara headlining and full-grain leather seat upholstery available in red, complete with the Maserati logo embossed into the headrest for a distinctly performance-focused cabin presentation. Metal switches now control the PRND gear selector on the center stack, replacing the previous unit with a more tactile, premium-feeling mechanism that reinforces the cabin's elevated material quality. Maserati has also introduced a new digital smart clock, a long-standing hallmark of the brand's interior identity, which now displays the active driving mode directly, alongside an instrument cluster that changes its visual identity, color, and information hierarchy when Corsa mode is engaged. The GranTurismo comfortably seats 4 adults, combining genuinely sporty proportions with the comfort and practicality that a true Italian Grand Tourer is expected to deliver across long-distance journeys. Powertrain and performance. The Nettuno-powered Trofeo is the headline performance story for 2027. Now producing 582 horsepower and 479 pounds-ft of torque from the twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 A40 horsepower gain that brings the 0 to 60 sprint down to 3.3, with peak torque of 650 Nm available from just 2,500 revolutions per minute for immediate, sustained power delivery across the entire rev range. The standard GranTurismo Modena retains 483 horsepower with a 3.7 second 0 to 60 time, giving buyers a genuinely quick entry point into the lineup before stepping up to Trofeo specification. Both internal combustion variants retain Maserati's all-wheel drive system and adaptive air suspension with adjustable ride height and selectable damping modes, while the Trofeo's electronically controlled limited-slip rear differential actively manages torque distribution between the rear wheels to sharpen corner entry precision and maximize traction on exit. For buyers seeking maximum performance, the fully electric Folgore variant remains in a class of its own, deploying 3 electric motors for a combined output exceeding 1,200 horsepower and a 0 to 60 time as low as 2.6 seconds, figures that make it the most powerful production Maserati ever built. Safety and driver assistance. The 2027 GranTurismo carries forward Maserati's comprehensive active safety suite, including forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and adaptive cruise control, a foundation that ensures the GranTurismo meets the expectations of a genuine daily usable Grand Tourer rather than a track-only specialist. The standard all-wheel drive system across both the Modena and Trofeo variants provides a meaningful safety benefit in varied weather and road conditions, distributing power intelligently to maintain traction and stability well beyond what a rear-wheel drive configuration alone could offer. The adaptive air suspension's selectable damping modes allow the driver to prioritize either maximum comfort and stability for long highway stretches or sharper, more controlled handling response for spirited driving, a duality that is central to the Grand Tourer philosophy. The Trofeo's electronically controlled limited-slip rear differential contributes directly to active safety during hard cornering, managing torque delivery to prevent the kind of traction loss that can occur in a 582 horsepower rear-biased performance car. Trim levels and specifications. The 2027 GranTurismo lineup is structured around three core variants: the entry-level Modena at 483 horsepower, the range-topping Trofeo at 582 horsepower, and the fully electric Folgore producing over 1,200 horsepower across its tri-motor configuration, giving buyers a genuinely wide spread of performance and powertrain philosophy within a single nameplate. The Modena targets buyers who prioritize the GranTurismo's elegant, sophisticated, and refined grand touring character, while the Trofeo is built specifically around maximum dynamic engagement from the Nettuno V6 platform, with the new flat-bottom Alcantara steering wheel, red full-grain leather upholstery, and Alcantara headlining distinguishing its cabin from the standard car. The Folgore represents Maserati's electric performance flagship, combining three-motor all-wheel drive with the brand's most aggressive acceleration figures and an EPA range now estimated beyond 250 miles. Maserati has not yet released official US pricing for the 2027 model year update, though industry expectations place the GranTurismo comfortably above the $200,000 mark in Trofeo specification, given the performance and material upgrades delivered. The 2027 Maserati GranTurismo update is precisely the kind of refinement a nameplate at this stage of its life cycle needs. Not a dramatic reinvention, but a thoughtful sharpening of everything that already worked, paired with genuine, meaningful gains in the areas that matter most to the buyers who choose this car. The Trofeo's jump to 582 horsepower and a 3.3-second 0-60 time ensures the GranTurismo remains a credible performance proposition against rivals from Aston Martin and Bentley, while the sharper MCPura-inspired styling and the redesigned digital interface bring the cabin experience fully in line with the mechanical sophistication beneath it. If you found this review valuable, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth coverage of the world's most desirable performance cars, and let us know in the comments: Modena, Trofeo, or are you holding out for the 1,200 horsepower Folgore? We will see you in the next review.